Wow, and the danger is all around us. We don't want to forget that, Josh.
Especially as we've built up the number of rain-free days, the high temperatures. That's all increasing the fire threats. Unfortunately, that's going to be staying with us not only for the remainder of the evening, but as we work our way into tomorrow as well, turning the dials back up to about the moderate level, specifically for the southern, central, and eastern sections of our state, as the hot temperatures still reside. As we take a live look out towards the Ridgefield area, even Washington is under that elevated fire threat as the hot and dry conditions stay persistent really over the next week or so. 87 degrees, that's where we currently sit, keeping those mostly cloudy skies going through the rest of this evening as those temperatures eventually cool back into the 70s. But hey, 8 o'clock is going to start to look a lot different tonight. The final 8 p.m. sunset that we will see here in the Rose City until we move our way into April of 2026. Sunset hours falling back within the 7 o'clock hour tomorrow, and fast forward into September, it will be completely dark by the time 8 o'clock rolls around. And it's not too surprising. Keep in mind, August, we typically lose about 85 minutes of daylight for us here in the Rose City. We lose even more as we dip our toe into the month of September, but that's not slowing the high temperatures warming back up into the 80s, 90s for us along the I-5 corridor, 60s for the coast, and actually cooler out towards the east as the cloud coverage and a few scattered showers are being picked up on. But over the past 24 hours, down from 5 to 10 degrees, nearly 20 degrees cooler out towards the central regions of the Beaver State as the National Weather Service has gone ahead and expired for the Willamette Valley those extreme heat warnings, heat advisories that had been in place all the way since Friday as we slowly cool things off, but still keeping those warm temperatures out towards eastern Washington. As we are picking up on a little bit of that moisture, it's not a super soaker event with a few lightning strikes, keeping that elevated risk of wildfires starting and spreading as these really kind of push out some outflow winds as those thunderstorms start to die off, especially out towards the south central regions. All of this humidity that we're also feeling due to the monsoonal moisture. You get a low pressure system just offshore, high over Texas. That helps to drag all of that Pacific moisture as far north as the Pacific Northwest before it drips its way further to the south. And then that's going to be more of a four-corner state scenario as this cutoff low pressure system will eventually help to cool things down by the end of the week. As the thunderstorm potential still remains this evening, it dies back overnight just before it starts to ramp back up again for our Tuesday afternoon. It's right there along the fringe of the I-5 corridor. Again, not only the lightning threat, but also the increased chance of new fires starting and spreading rapidly as this moisture tries to push its way back into the Portland, Vancouver area tomorrow evening and even as early as the afternoon hours before we start to dry things out on Wednesday. But a lot of this moisture not making its way to the surface. You'll notice a lot of goose eggs for the I-5 corridor. Maybe lucky enough tomorrow afternoon with those hot temperatures to pick up on a single raindrop or two as the wildfire smoke that continues to plague our skies across the Pacific Northwest stays persistent all the way through the middle of the week. That's also going to help to keep those temperatures slightly on the cooler side as an air quality advisory remains in effect through 8 o'clock tonight. Speaking of tonight, falling back into the upper 60s, those clouds acting a bit like a blanket overhead as we only get up to 90 degrees. Yeah, only 90 degrees comparatively speaking to the triple digits we felt back on Friday, Saturday, mid-90s for us on Sunday as we gradually cool things off by the weekend. The kiddos heading back to school tomorrow, definitely feeling like the middle of summer, but I do promise as September comes knocking on our door 1 week from today, we'll slowly start to see those improvements with the temperature. Knock on wood.
That's September.
Yep.
All right. Not yet.
Thanks, Josh. A local